Every day, something dramatic happens in the Caribbean that affects our lives. We'll give you the details. We'll give you the facts on Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Host Eddie Frederick.
Welcome to Caribbean Perspective. So glad you can join us. The story that takes the lead in today's edition for Wednesday, 10th July 2024, and brought to you in association with our friends at Antillean Group. More regional sister islands relief aid arrived in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Details after this important message.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all, perils big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so glad to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Antillean Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
Welcome back. Barbados' Coast Guard arrives in St. Vincent and the Grenadines to deliver well-needed relief. Crystal Hoyt of CBC News has more.
The Barbados Coast Guard has arrived in St. Vincent and the Grenadines following the passage of Hurricane Beryl. The Leonard Banfield vessel brought with it critical aid, resources, and security.
Just arrived here in Union Island to bring some aid to Union Island. We brought some water, some Pampers, and some wipes so far. On board, we have about 36 persons from the regional security system to assist with the humanitarian disaster relief management here in Union Island after it has been impacted by the Hurricane Beryl, which passed on the 1st of July.
Also on board were additional team members from SEDIMA's CARICOM Disaster Relief Unit, CDRU. Lieutenant Commander Dorian Davis, the director of the CDRU, explained their primary objectives.
Our main purpose here is to be able to bring relief to the persons of Union Island. Our job here is to manage the resources, the aid that is coming to the island, and be able to distribute it along with to the natives of the island to be able to bring some relief to them.
The CDRU team is expected to be deployed for the next 2 weeks. Reporting from Union Island, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Crystal Hoyt, CBC News.
The deployment of Antigua and Barbuda's soldiers in the hurricane-battered islands of the southeastern Caribbean could be extended. This was unveiled by Chief of Defense Staff of Antigua and Barbuda's Defense Force, Colonel Talbot Benjamin, in an exclusive interview with ABS's Ragib Aparicio.
An Antiguan and Barbudan contingent of ABDF soldiers, as well as members of the Royal Police Force of Antigua and Barbuda, departed the Twin Island nation last week. 20 members of this country's defense force have been deployed in the hurricane-battered southern Caribbean, 18 of whom are in Grenada. 2 are in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, as part of the CARICOM Disaster Relief Unit, or CDRU. Chief of Defense Staff Colonel Talbot Benjamin says the ABDF soldiers may have their deployment extended.
In light of what we are seeing on the ground presently, there is the possibility that the current contingents will remain in theatre for at least a month. That, however, is a rough estimate, and it will be based on whatever happens. If material comes and the work is progressing smoothly, and the local population is able to take charge much faster.
In the meantime, he says troop morale remains high.
Though they are living in the airport terminal, and this is in case of Union Island, though they are currently headquartered and living inside the terminal of the airport, they're highly enthusiastic, highly motivated at this point in time because they're there doing what they came to do.
Meanwhile, the initial relief supplies provided by this country to the affected islands arrived in St. Vincent and the Grenadines over the weekend. The Chief of Defense Staff explains those supplies were transported on humanitarian vessel MV Dawn.
Some of the supplies from Antigua, particularly those from NODS, arrived and are being distributed. In addition to that, the Barbados Coast Guard vessel also arrived in St. Vincent, and supplies coming directly from SEDIMA and from the sub-regional center in Barbados are also being distributed.
The Barbados-based Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation spoke with ABDF Lieutenant Commander Dorian Davis, Lieutenant Commander Davis heads the Caribbean Disaster Relief Unit in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Our main purpose here is to be able to bring relief to the persons of Union Island. Our job here is to manage the resources, the aid that is coming to the island, and be able to distribute it along with to the natives of the island to be able to bring some relief to them.
Rakib Aparisi reporting for ABS News.
You're listening to Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick.
In association with our friends at
Antillean Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
The hurricane season is now upon us, so we as Caribbean people need to remember to think safety and be prepared. Avoid venturing outside during a storm or hurricane, especially if there are strong winds. Rooftops and other debris are often blown about and can cause great damage.
CARICOM post-hurricane assistance in the wake of their ongoing assessment proceeds. More in this ZNS News item.
Based on the videos, the stories, the reports that have all trickled in, we have a fair idea of the extent of destruction and damage supercharged Hurricane Beryl left behind in the Caribbean. And though very early in the process, there are some who already question what will the recovery cost look like. CARICOM Secretary General Dr. Carla Barnett says at this stage she wouldn't even attempt to suggest a figure.
There's a formal post-impact assessment that needs to be done and needs to be done according to the standards that are set for doing this. I do know that there's going to be major cost in terms of returning people to normal lives, separate and apart from the impact on infrastructure. Housing loss is significant, and loss of livelihoods in both agriculture and fishing is significant, and there will need to be some estimate in terms of what it will take to return those sectors and the persons who make their livelihoods from these sectors into a place where they can make a living, because right now their livelihoods have been lost.
As for the role CARICOM expects to play in assisting those countries who must now pick up the pieces and rebuild, Dr. Barnett says several CARICOM regional institutions have actually already begun assisting.
SEDIMA is mobilizing. You would see in social media across the region supplies moving to both Grenada and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, supplies being provided by other member states. So all of the member states are coming together and ensuring that emergency food, water, supplies for babies, because baby food is really critical at this time, and all of the emergency needs have to be mobilized and ensure that they reach on time. That's a logistical effort that includes the regional security system. It includes contributions by other member states of airlift. All of that is being organized.
Residents in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, on Thursday shared their thoughts on the arrival of the 400 Kenyan police officers who flew from Nairobi to Haiti plagued by gang violence. More in this report.
Residents in Port-au-Prince on Thursday shared their thoughts on the arrival of 400 Kenyan police officers who flew from Nairobi to Haiti plagued by gang violence. The Kenyans are well regarded by everyone here because we think that with the arrival of this force, jobs will be created. Because in Haiti, in order to join the public administration, you have to be connected to politicians or have made other concessions, Jean Vital Boursicot, a resident of the capital, explained. For us in Haiti, we see the arrival of the Kenyan forces as a positive point, as a big step forward in the security process in the country. As we can see, there are several axes that are blocked in the country. The majority of activities are blocked. It's a big step forward, Sammy, another resident stated. The deployment was approved in October 2023 in a United Nations Security Council resolution supported by Washington, which provided funds and logistical aid. The mission, dubbed Multinational Security Support Mission, MMASC's mandate is to help the Haitian police secure key infrastructure and combat criminal groups through the country, which control almost all of the island's capital and are responsible for widespread violence and human rights abuse.
Trinidad and Tobago's Commissioner of Police Erla Harewood Christopher has told the Joint Select Committee on National Security that the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service has been engaged in extensive work to address incidents of crime in Trinidad and Tobago. The committee met on Monday to inquire into the objectives of the TTPS's Violent Crime Reduction Plan and other related initiatives. More in this TTT report.
The TTPS is very committed to its mandate. Our performance as an organization continues to improve. We have made reasonably good progress in our operations, and we remain very confident in our ability to develop and deploy effective strategies to combat violent crime.
Responding to questions posed by member Dr. Rudal Munilal, Commissioner Harewood Christopher said there are several factors that contributed to the TTPS being unable to achieve the targets outlined in their 2023 crime reduction plan.
That for the most of 2023, the organization did not have a substantive leadership. As a matter of fact, the commissioner had at one point one deputy commissioner to assist her, and as a result of that, the commissioner and the deputy commissioner would have had to perform the role of commissioner and 3 deputy commissioners. So that would have had its challenges on the complete implementation of the violent crime reduction.
She said the TTPS has ensured that Trinidad and Tobago receive equal focus. It was noted that additional manpower and resources have been deployed to Tobago to deal with the recent increase in crime. However, Deputy Commissioner of Police Suzette Martin told the JSE some of these issues exceed the remit of the TTPS.
We are working behind the scenes on the gun violence, not only in Tobago, but Trinidad and Tobago. Our borders are porous. There are a lot of issues that it's not just Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, but we need shared responsibility. It's a national issue.
In addition to placing emphasis on increasing their operational and intelligence procedures, the TTPS said it is focusing additional efforts on improving their evidential collection procedures, which is expected to increase the prosecution and conviction statistics.
I am Eddie Frederick. This has been Caribbean Perspective, a whole new approach to highlighting developments in the Caribbean.
In the meantime, please follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel for daily regional news and more, in association with our friends at Antillian Group.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all perils, big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so clear to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Antillian Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.